Well, it's Friday the 12th of July and I haven't done much video just lately. It's been one of those weeks where we've had a tremendous amount of rain, and so it's been difficult to do anything in the garden. It's battered a lot of the roses, but hopefully they'll pick up again. Last weekend I was away from the Friday evening till late Monday night. As I've mentioned in my previous vlogs about my friend Ray from Sudbury, we were down last weekend to go to Sudbury for his funeral on Monday, and it was a very big event. The church was full. There was between 550 people there, and I will just add some little video or photographs into this vlog of something of the funeral, and with some captions to explain what's going on. Yesterday I was in one of the local supermarkets and they had a load of bedding plants reduced, and so I brought quite a lot of them for about £11. I got one bag of compost, so I'm going to attempt to see how many pots I can fill with these bedding plants to help with the summer. So I'll do a little bit of recording of that. Last week I pulled my first potatoes, and I've got a little bit of a video of pulling the potatoes, and then I'll just, as I explained in a previous video, I will just talk a little bit about some of the equipment that I use for doing my vlogging, my cameras, etc. Well, that's 6 pots done with those, and then 2 of the geraniums, and like the saying goes, nothing ventured, nothing gained. They didn't cost me much, so if they survive, that's good. If they don't, then I don't worry about it. I've got plenty of stuff in the garden as it is already. So I'll just do a quick overview of the garden as it is today. I've taken some of the green fencing down. There's a few raspberries falling on the cane. The rain has certainly damaged the plums. There's so many of them falling over the last few days onto the floor, but we'll wait and see if we do get any from them. Well, I've come out into the garden and I hope we're not going to be disappointed, but I'm going to see if I've got any potatoes in these. So I'm going to pull a couple of them just to see what they have produced. Well, there's not too many in that one, but it's enough to make a meal for my wife and myself, so I'll have a go with another one. Well, that's not much better, but there's another handful there as well. They're very small, but we'll have a couple of meals out of those. Probably needed a bit more watering. So that's a couple of the pots done. I've got what's left in the garden by here. 2 more pots over there. Then I got a couple more pots over there as well, so we'll have a few more and enjoy them. Nothing better than homegrown new potatoes. I've come in from outside because of the noise that I was getting, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about my camera equipment. But before I do that, I'm just going to show you a couple of photographs, a very short video from my friend's funeral. As I said, the church was full, and after the church, when we went to the place where the wake was to be held, they did what was a gun salute because he was into his country pursuits, and so I'm just going to add a little bit of video of that. And his coffin was actually taken to the church on his own Land Rover, so it was a sad occasion, but his life was celebrated in such a special way. always had an interest in photography and videography, so from a very young age I've always had a camera and enjoyed doing photography. It was something that I took up in school when I was in my teens, about 14, 15, 16, where we were let loose in the school with some cameras, and it was black and white in those days in the school, and we could develop our own film and do our own prints in the school. And of course, cameras have changed so much since then. We're in the digital age now, and it's amazing what you can do with a camera. Some of them able to take not just photographs but video as well now, and up to 4K, some even up to 8K quality. So at the moment, this video that you're watching is being done on an Insta360 Ace Pro, which is a small camera, and then I have this Nikon ZFC, and then I also use sometimes a Panasonic Video. I don't use this much for the vlogs. I usually use this for any of the videography that I do in the church every week. And then I have another Insta, which is an Insta360 X3, I think it is. I'll put it in the writing across the bottom, which does 360 video and photography as well. And then I also use a Nikon small compact zoom camera, which has a good range, which I can do 4K video on as well. Some of the photographs and a little bit of video will also be done on my Samsung phone. But for today, I'll talk about this Nikon. It's an excellent camera, and the 4K quality is really good, and I can use this in the house. Very often any video on this will be done through a window, because from the kitchen window or from my office window, which is above the kitchen, I can watch to see what is coming onto the feeders, and I can just grab the camera quickly and do some video with it. On the furthest range I can reach to get a pretty good zoom from the furthest feeders, which are about, I would think, 12 meters away from the house, and then the nearest feeders would be about 4 meters from the house, and so I can zoom in on there as well. Sometimes I try to open the window, and if I'm quiet enough, then I don't frighten the birds, then I can get video without having the window glass in the way. But it's a very good camera, and I will add now at the end of this just a couple of clips showing from where I can get the nearest feeder and the furthest feeder as well. And then just the other camera I'll talk about at the moment is the 360. This is a very good camera. As I take the cover off, you see that it's got two lenses on it, and this can be left on a tripod, and I can control it by my phone or from a handy little remote like this, and I can set it up either in the middle of the greenhouse or in the middle of the garden, and then I can go out of sight and I can get it to take a 360-degree photograph. And you will have seen that I've included them in the videos in the past, and I omitted to do the one from June the 19th, so I will include that straight after this little video clip, where you can see that I can take one photograph, and then with the software that comes with the camera I can turn it into a little video that takes you for a 360 sweep around the greenhouse or the garden. I have to add that I don't get paid anything whatsoever. I don't make any money from my vlogs. It's just purely a hobby out of my interest, and I'm not paid in any way to advertise any of the equipment that I'm using and I'm talking about. I'm just using the equipment because it's equipment I like, and I would recommend every item that I do use. So I'll leave it at that for this video, and on the next video I will talk about a little bit more about this and the Instant 360 Ace Pro, which I'm recording on at the moment. So thank you again for liking my video and for subscribing. I'll try to get another one done within the next week or 10 days. I've got some peas that are ready for picking, so I'll video that, and some more potatoes to pull, see what sort of a crop I have with those as well. So again, thank you very much.